So I think when that footballer fell to the floor and had a cardiac arrest, I think a large majority of people must have looked at that and went, oh my God, we could be gone just like that in the blink of an eye. And a professional 29-year-old footballer is going down like that. What's to stop us, it happening to us at any time, at any point? If that's not an eye-opener to start fucking waking up and living, I don't know what is. Welcome to the Rise to Thrive show. I am your host, James Bourman. And if you are coming through, I want to know. And I've got a question to ask you, and I want you to answer it down below. If you had just 3 months left on this planet, would you be happy with the legacy that you have left behind? And what you have to do is just answer, yes, I'd be happy with my legacy. No, I haven't created my legacy yet. Okay. Cool, how are we doing? So fucking, that was scary, wasn't it? Watching that football Ericsson collapse to the floor, go into a cardiac arrest. And luckily they got him back, and to see him recover, thank God. But to me, that really emphasised how mortal we are, how vulnerable life is, right? It's like literally when just like that, everything in your life can change. Everything. It was a real moment. And I'm sure I won't be the only one. And I just thought to myself, can you imagine trying to get to a point in your life, and you're living your life, and you're at the European Championships, and the next minute you're fighting for your life? And I just think, God, that could be one of us. Touch wood. It could be one of us. And then I just kept on thinking to myself, I spoke about this before I went on holiday. Am I doing everything I want to do? Or am I just fucking saying I'm going to do that next week? Am I gonna go and live my life next week? Am I gonna do all the things that I keep meaning to do later on in a year, or maybe next year? It's funny because the mentality I think all of us, every single person on this planet, is that we have an abundance of time. We always forget that we all are inevitably facing one certainty, and that is death. And I don't mean that to be morbid, because death is closure, right? Death is the end, but it could come at any time. And I feel sometimes I know that I haven't been guilty of this, is that, it won't happen to me. It would never happen to me. And that can be very naive. And I think sometimes we all slip into that mentality slightly. And if you're honest with yourself, you will, and you forget that. So we feel that we have an abundance of time, right? So we feel we have plenty of time to achieve the things that we want to achieve. Go and do the things that we want to do. It's quite deep, isn't it, for Tuesday? But I just want to try and raise the self-awareness to get you thinking throughout the day. That's the whole point of the show. So we stall on things that we want to do. We stall on them because we feel like we've got an abundance of time. Until one day, time is yanked from underneath our feet. It's gone. And things that we used to say is that next week I'm gonna. For some people, there is no next week. For some people on this planet, there is no next week. It's the end. And they will be sitting there and they will be thinking about all of the things that they never did. All of the things they never said to people. All of the promises they never fulfilled to themselves. And it's hard to comprehend and put yourself. I tried to put myself into that mindset yesterday when I was thinking about this morning's show. And it's quite deep. And I think about, I want to go and do Base Camp Everest. I've been saying I wanted to go to Base Camp Everest for the last 10, 12 years. So guess what I'm going to book this weekend? I'm going to book a trip to Base Camp Everest next year, guys. I'm just going to go and do it. And I'm going to live my life a little bit differently. And I'm just going to go out and do things. I'm just going to go paddleboarding in the morning. I'm going to go and see Base Camp Everest. When the world opens up, I'm going to go and see the world. I'm going to go and play golf at a nice golf course. If there's something I want to do, I'm going to make the bucket list and I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to book it. I'm going to not dwell on it. I'm not going to procrastinate on it. I'm just going to do it. And I think if we can get into the habit of just doing, of just showing up, of stop abusing time, all the time that we have here, that I feel we can find much more fulfillment, much more out of life. If we remember how little time that we have, constantly keep reminding ourselves through our gratitude, through our practices, through our mindsets, through our reflection, I feel we could live a much happier, fulfilling life. 100%. It's quite deep. I don't mean to be so deep, but I think it's really important to be able to have that self-awareness about this type of thing. And a situation like what happened with that dude on the footballer is a classic example of... Morning, all right? It's a classic example of just how fragile life is and how little time we have to make that impact. And if you wrote no in the comments below, no, I haven't fulfilled my legacy, I would start thinking about what do you need to do to say, yes, I have fulfilled my legacy. Yes, if I went tomorrow, I feel that I have lived a great life. I've set a great example. And I set the standard for my kids, my friends, my family to go out there and get it. Thought. It's thought process, right? Thought process, mindset, attitude, principles, values, all of those things. Self-awareness. I hope that helps. Let me know what you think.